Imagine a station where you access information. Think of a station that creates awareness for national development. Imagine a station that prepares you for a bright and greater future. A station for all ages. Documentaries, classroom and television, events coverage, children's programs and variety shows. Always stay tuned to NTA Knowledge on the StarTimes platform, channel 359. For partnership, sponsorship and advert placements, contact us on NTA Knowledge. NTA Knowledge, learning to broaden horizon.
Something good to remember for someone quitting the stage. Revised strategy flows out for Water's life. New justices formally step into the apex court. Plus, postage stamps to spread an urgent agenda. Good evening. Thanks for joining us on Nta Network News. I'm Cyril Stober. President Muhammadu Buhari is in Benin again for a 2-day visit, this time to lend credence to how his trusted associate, Governor Oshiomhole, is sacrificing personal comfort to give the governed a new lease of life through massive infrastructural development, even as he is about buying out of office. The president said it is within the realm of the slogan, "Change is possible." Let's now go over to our Benin Center, link up with Ogochukwuka Ona.
Hello, Cyril. Thanks for joining us. The Oba of Benin, Omanobanedo Ukwapolopola, Oba Ewaya II, has pledged the unflinching support, understanding and cooperation of his kingdom to the Buhari administration as it strives to meet the nation's aspirations for sustainable growth and development. The Oba was speaking in his palace when President Muhammadu Buhari paid him a courtesy visit as part of his 2-day official visit to Edo State. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu has the details. All right, we'll bring you that report. Commended Governor Oshiomhole for breaking the jinx of developmental stagnation in the state through his urban renewal drive, which he described as impressive and worth emulating. The president, who was speaking at the commissioning of various people-oriented projects, said the history of Edo State will not be complete without the Oshiomhole era. Again, State House correspondent Adamu Sambu reports.
Will go down in history as the first formal courtesy call on Oba Ewaya II since the royal father ascended the throne of his forefathers a fortnight ago. For the Oba, who also used the opportunity to launch his newly modernized palace, it is a good sign of better things to come. He is, however, most delighted with the genuine commitment of the Nigerian leader towards repositioning the country selflessly and in the fear of God. The Oba of Benin, who particularly commended the president's anti-corruption crusade as well as the fight against terrorism and insurgency, however, made a case for more federal presence in Edo State.
I would like to reiterate my earlier appeal to the federal government under the able leadership of Mr. President for support in the transformation of Gele Gele into an export processing zone, especially for agro-allied industries. This should in no small measure create employment for our teeming unemployed youths, promote more business activities in the state, and by logical extension, contribute positively to the economy of the country.
President Muhammadu Buhari formally congratulated the Oba of Benin for his successful coronation and promised to sustain his friendly ties with the Benin monarchy, which spanned nearly 4 decades.
Your Majesty, I congratulate you most sincerely for this well-deserved traditional institution. I think
I wouldn't mind saying it, the strongest and was the most respected in the country. The governor, in spite of the economic downturn in the country, I think he has earned himself a lot of respect throughout the country of his hard work and his political sagacity.
President Buhari was earlier given a rousing welcome on arrival at Benin Airport. On hand to receive him were top Edo State government officials led by Governor Oshiomhole, some ministers, national chairman, and other officials of the governing APC and well-wishers. This is President Muhammadu Buhari's second visit to Edo State since coming to power. From Benin, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
That was the president's courtesy visit to Omonobanedo Kwapolopolo Oba Ewa II, where the Oba pledged the palace's support and understanding, and of course his cooperation to the Buhari administration. And now to the second report. President Muhammadu Buhari has commended Governor Oshiomhole for breaking the jinx of developmental stagnation in the state through his urban renewal drive, which he described as impressive and worth emulating. The president, who was speaking at the commission of various people-oriented projects, said the history of Edo State will not be complete without the Oshiomhole era. Let's join State House correspondent Adamu Sambu for details.
First to be inaugurated by President Muhammadu Buhari is a 200-bed capacity 5-star central hospital, Benin City. Established in 1902, the hospital, which used to be an ISO, was massively transformed and provided state-of-the-art facilities to meet the health requirements of Edo State people. President Muhammadu Buhari, who was conducted around the various units of the health facility, expressed satisfaction with the project, which he described as well thought out.
I respect his sacrifice of his personal comfort. Instead of building a government house, he decided to build this hospital. I think it takes a lot of courage to do what he did.
Governor Oshiomhole said the construction of the hospital is part of efforts towards putting a stop to medical tourism abroad.
My view is public health care facilities should not be inferior to private health care facilities, and that we must begin to think big and think clearly about our future.
Also inaugurated by President Muhammadu Buhari is the Upper Siloko Road, constructed as part of the Benin City Storm Water Master Plan, executed at 30.4 billion naira as a component of Owelu East and Owelu West catchment areas. The project comprised 10 roads with side drains as well as major and tributary canals to address the perennial flooding in Benin City.
This shows great commitment, and may God Almighty fund you for your good intentions and for the love of your constituencies.
We have had cause to relocate some graves, even shrines. We have had to do all of that to make this expansion possible. The people understand, no pain, no gain.
President Buhari also inaugurated the Samuel Ogbomodia College, Benin City, completely reconstructed by the Oshiomhole administration towards enhancing the quality of education in the state as well as reducing out-of-school children.
I wish you the best of luck, and I wish that the teachers will have the time to teach thoroughly and bring out quality students that will go into medicine, engineering, and other professions that we are lacking relative to our population.
And before retiring for the day, the Nigerian leader inspected the newly constructed Queen Ede Gully erosion site as part of the flood and erosion control program of the state government. From Benin, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
And the news continues now in Abuja with Cyril. Good evening.
Thank you, Ogochukuka. And back in Abuja, Vice President Yemi Osinbajo has unveiled a new national water strategic program towards achieving sustainable water management and sanitation in the country. State House correspondent Jide Onifade reports.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure and a singular honor to launch the partnership.
Vice President Yemi Osinbajo unveiling the national water policies and launch of partnership for expanded water supply, sanitation and hygiene. Nigeria, he says, did not meet the Millennium Development Goals for water and sanitation, despite successive governments and development partners' efforts due to lack of effective coordination and inability to harness the required funds.
Statistics show that over 66 million Nigerians still lack access to safe water, while 110 million do not have adequate sanitation. Consequently, large numbers of children under the age of 5 die annually from diarrhea-related diseases, and these are mostly traceable to unsafe drinking water. The situation is even more depressing in the rural areas, where polluted ponds and streams remain the only sources of water for drinking and other household chores. This trend must change.
Minister of Water Resources, Engineer Suleiman Adamu, says with the launch, it is expected that there will be a purposeful synergy of all activities in the sector.
The strength of the program is that it is designed to build on all ongoing efforts, as well as complement existing water supply and sanitation strategies by instituting a funding, scoping, coordination and monitoring framework for project delivery.
The state governments indeed are willing to partner in order to ensure availability of water in each corner of Nigeria.
Nobody is an island. Knowledge here, knowledge there. We continue to work together to ensure that the nation gets to where it's supposed to be.
The P-Wash is a 15-year program that is divided into 3 phases. From the Yaradua Conference Center in Abuja, Jide Onifade, NTA News.
And uninterested parties have expressed support for a bill seeking to establish a National Roads Fund, which was passed a second reading by the House of Representatives. This was at a public hearing on the matter. National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Nkwo reports.
House members, Federal Ministry of Works and other agencies at the public hearing agreed that establishment of a private-driven fund is the solution towards ensuring constant flow of funds for road maintenance. The funds are expected to come from 5% service charge on pump price of petrol and other imported goods and toll gates on some major highways.
All over the world, governments are increasingly turning to the private sector for construction, management and maintenance of roads through PPPs.
So when you have an agency which is adjacent to funding, it will collect this funding and distribute it to federal, that's FEMA or Federal Road Authority. Then the 60% goes to states.
Minister of Power, Works and Housing, Babatunde Fashola, while appreciating the initiative, urged the House to consolidate all legislation on works into one.
I have heard arguments where concessions have been granted that, oh, if you elect us, we will cancel the concession. I think we must build consensus on that those kind of campaigns will never be made in Nigeria again, because they are not good news to investors.
Deputy Leader of the House, Buba Jibrin, who represented Speaker Dogara, explained that the bill is one legislation by the National Assembly that seeks to make Nigeria roads safe.
The attendant loss in man-hours, vehicle operating costs, as well as trauma, disabilities, and lives is incalculable.
The bills on the National Roads Fund and Federal Road Fund were initiated by Representatives Nicholas Osai from Delta State and Karim Sunday from Kogi State. From the National Assembly, Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
Staying with road infrastructure, motorists and commuters plying the Kano-Katsina Road have expressed delight over resumption of work on the dualization of the road. Works and Housing correspondent Mohammed Hamza Sheikh, just back from the area, reports that few months after remobilizing to site, the contractors have made appreciable progress on the project.
The Kano-Katsina Road is one of the most important trans-Saharan routes which transverses through Kano and Katsina states, bursting into Niger, Sudan, Libya, Tunis, and other North African countries. The road, an asphaltic concrete carriageway of 7.3 meters, has over the years suffered extensive failures due to excessive use and non-maintenance. Contract for the dualization of the road was awarded in December 2013 at the cost of 14 billion naira.
The road has been in a very bad condition for quite a long time, but with the coming of this administration, really work has started, and we really appreciate the level of the work.
We thank God indeed, because we who are living in Katsina, we know how the road is.
With this construction, it will prevent all these things, and we are very happy about it.
After abandoning site for 2 years over non-payment of certified works, the contractor has remobilized to site after receiving full advance payment from the federal government in May this year.
It's highly trafficked highway, and we are trying to make sure whatever the contractor is doing to standard.
The 74-kilometer road is expected to be completed in 30 months. Muhammad Hamza Sheikh, NTA News.
The House of Representatives Committee on Iron and Steel says it will continue to interface with the federal government to ensure full operation of Itakpe and Ajaokuta steel companies. It was at an interactive session with interest groups on the matter. National Assembly correspondent Kenneth Nanim reports.
The meeting focused on how best to ensure that the Ajaokuta Steel Plant and the Itakpe National Iron Ore Mining Company commence operation in compliance with the agreement reached between the federal government and the Global Infrastructure Nigeria Limited.
Just so you know, position is that federal government should secure all workers.
At all levels of discussions, we should be carried along. That our sons and daughters should be given employment. And thirdly, the corporate social responsibility that is supposed to be done, that has not been done since the inception of Itakpe, should please be inculcated in what you have, sir.
This is a new government. Eyes have already opened. They suffered us enough. They cannot come back as global infrastructure in another form and expect that what they had at that time will be the same they are going to have. No, sir.
Considering the importance of Ajaokuta Steel Company to the economic diversification drive of the federal government, both parties resolved to work together as full operation of the plant will boost the capacity of locally manufactured goods. From the National Assembly, Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
And still in the legislature, Deputy Speaker Yusuf Lasun has sought the assistance of the German Parliament in repatriating Nigeria's looted funds. He granted audience to a delegation from that parliament. National Assembly correspondent Ignatius Unko reports.
The visit of the German legislators provided the platform for the Deputy Speaker to table some areas in which Germany can be of help to Nigeria, such as education, restoring peace in the Niger Delta, and most importantly, assisting Nigeria to rebuild the Northeast.
Intensive investment in agriculture, exploitation of our solid mineral resources. Any country that comes up to come and partner with us in these two areas, yes, we'll definitely enjoy our cooperation.
In the past, our interest has been in Asia, but right now it is in Africa, and we have keen interest in Nigeria's economy.
The challenge of boy child not being sent to school in the southeast, ditto for the girl child education in the north.
The interactive session was quite interesting because we have learned a lot.
We must look at the binational commission, the areas of collaboration, the areas of engagement.
The visit is part of measures to build a vibrant Nigeria-Germany parliamentary friendship. From the National Assembly, Ignatius Nkwo, NTA News.
The Nigeria Postal Service, NIPOST, has joined the anti-corruption campaign with the launch of 4 special postage stamps. In a message, President Muhammadu Buhari reiterated the government's commitment to deliver on campaign promises for good governance. Ruben Okala reports.
Nigeria's official stamps were issued on 1st July 1914 with the amalgamation of the northern and southern protectorates. Its collection and practice, known as philately, aids learning, used as remembrance of important events, as well as revenue generation and legalizing transactions. Regarded as one of the most effective means of public relation tools, necessitated the launch of the anti-corruption postage stamps.
I challenge other agencies of government to join and intensify efforts on the fight against corruption, as the Nigerian Postal Service has demonstrated today. Nigerians and the international community are invited to procure these stamps and not the messages conveyed by them.
The Minister of Communication and Postmaster General were categorical on the essence of the campaign.
Anti-corruption stamps is therefore apt and a reflection of the zeal of the people of this nation to eliminate corrupt practices from the polity.
Will be part of the legacy of this government to further put on record is zero tolerance for corruption.
When you post a letter to anywhere, you have to use Nigerian stamps, and it will land there. And the people will know that we have started a war against corruption.
NIPOS says, by this presentation, the anti-corruption crusade of Mr. President is now domiciled in the 193 member countries of the Universal Postal Union, IPU, and beyond. Ruben Okala, NTA News.
Two more justices of the Supreme Court of Nigeria have been sworn in. They are Justice Amina Augi and Justice Ejembi Eko. They were both sworn in by the Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Mahmoud Mohammed. Judiciary correspondent Femi Okewu has the details.
The swearing-in of Justice Amina Augi and Justice Ejembi Eko, both of them formerly of the Court of Appeal, brings to 17 the number of serving justices of the Supreme Court of Nigeria. This is still 4 short of the 21 given by the Constitution as the maximum for the Apex Court. Chief Justice of Nigeria used the event to charge the newly sworn-in justices of the Supreme Court and, by extension, the nation's judiciary to be blind to personality and status in the discharge of their judicial functions, while also remaining diligent in justice delivery.
Now, more than ever, it is important to be firm, honest, and steadfast in the discharge of your duties, that the powers of this court and indeed all courts lies in the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999. The Constitution is ultimate and remains the sovereign mandate that forms the backbone of an independent judiciary.
The appointment of the two justices had earlier been approved by President Muhammadu Buhari and confirmed by the Senate. In Abuja, Femi Okewu, NTA News.
The Nigerian Army has stressed the need for media organizations, especially online outfits, to be cautious when handling defense and security issues. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukur Buratai, said this at a seminar on Boko Haram insurgency organized by the Nigerian Army Resource Center, Abuja. Defense correspondent Ismail Musa has details.
The Nigerian Army indicates that from 2009 to date, more than 20,000 people in northeast Nigeria have been killed and millions from Nigeria and neighboring countries displaced. To provide solutions to emerging security challenges, the Army Resource Center was established in 2015. In line with its mandate, the seminar with members of the Nigerian Guild of Editors and a delegation from Atlantic Council's Africa Center, the platform seeks to assess and appraise the role of the Nigerian Army in handling Boko Haram and to strengthen relations among its partners.
Call on Nigerians, the Nigerian press generally, especially the online media, to take note that if they are Nigerians, they should behave like Nigerians, be patriotic.
The delegation from African Center and editors will be visiting Army's theater of operation in northeast Nigeria.
I believe that there are few fights currently going on in the world today that are important not only to Nigeria, but to its neighbors and to the international community as the repressing of this terrorist violence.
We're very encouraged by the news we're hearing. Besides the accusation of human rights violations, which obviously, that has been watered down a lot now because we are aware that the violations are really from the Boko Haram terrorists, not from the Nigerian troops.
The one-day seminar is with the theme, Assessing the Threats of Boko Haram Insurgency in Nigeria. From the Nigerian Army Resource Center, Abuja, Ismail Musa, NTA News.
And still on fighting terrorism, the Nigerian Air Force says it deployed 3 fighter jets and a reconnaissance aircraft on Sunday to repel an attack by Boko Haram terrorists on ground troops at Kangarwa in northern Borno. A statement by the Director of Public Relations and Information, Group Captain Ayodele Famuyiwa, says the operation lasted over 2 hours, with the fighter jets providing air power attacks on the insurgents, while the intelligence, surveillance and reconnaissance aircraft gave guidance to the ground troops on the position of the Boko Haram terrorists. A statement further adds that prior to the Kangarwa operation, the Air Force had carried out interdiction missions in Kashimiri, Tumbogini, Chukugudu and other strongholds of the terrorists from where they planned their attacks. And you can watch this broadcast live online via the NTA mobile app, which you can download on your Android device at the Google Play Store or at the Apple Store if you use devices with iOS. And coming ahead, Broadcasting Organizations of Nigeria meets to retune standards. The details shortly.
It is the most coveted seat on the planet, and there is no love lost between the contestants. The world's most celebrated democracy faces its biggest test so far. Who will be the next occupant of the White House? Keep a date with NTA on November 8 for the unique African coverage of the race to 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. Will Clinton clinch the Trump card? America decides. NTA's all-night coverage of the 2016 U.S. presidential election. America decides. She or he.
This is a happy moment for me and for all Nigerians.
Amina Ali Nkeke, the first Chibok schoolgirl to be rescued in the renewed onslaught against the Boko Haram insurgency.
Amina's rescue gives us new hope.
Federal government has formally received the 21 abducted Chibok girls.
These dear daughters of ours have seen the worst that the world has to offer. It is now time for them to experience the best that the world can do for them. Government will sustain the effort until all the remaining girls return safely.
Wealth Creation Platform, a 3-day summit where you learn how to make, manage, and multiply money. Speakers include Mrs. Kemi Adeosun, a fellow chartered accountant, formerly Ogun State Commissioner for Finance, currently the Honorable Minister of Finance, Mrs. Folorunsho Alakija. She is a business tycoon, Africa's richest woman, world's richest black woman, and the Executive Vice Chairman of Famfa Oil Limited. And Pastor Matthew Oshiomhole is the CEO, Mattison Media, CEO, Meridian Properties Limited, CEO, Meridian Farms, founder and chancellor, King's University, founder, KICC TV, founder and global president, KICC Worldwide. Be at the Wealth Creation Platform, Friday 11th to Sunday 13th November at the KICC Prayer Dome, Maryland. Friday from 6 to 8:30 p.m., Saturday 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Sunday from 9 to 11:30 a.m. Call 080-560-52300.
When you think of it, there's no such thing as a right size. There's only the size that's right for you. our needs are different, so choose the size that suits your needs. Introducing the MTN Extra Value Bundles. Call and data bundle plans designed to suit any size of life. Load 1,000 Naira to get a medium bundle and choose between more of voice or more of data. Whichever you choose, you get amazing extra value. Bundles are also available in large and extra large. Dial *131# to get started.
Goodness is getting better. Introducing new exciting packs from Hollandia Yogurt. Goodness just got better. Hollandia Yogurt. It's all good.
From the House of Chi.
Goodness is getting better. Introducing new exciting packs from Hollandia Yogurt. Goodness just got better. Hollandia Yogurt. It's all good.
From the House of Chi.
It's truck month at Ford and we've got a Ranger just for you, Vincent. Here's the Workhorse 2.5 petrol single cab with free Ford Protect, a 4-year 120,000 kilometer service plan. Or the 2.5 petrol based double cab with 800mm water wading capability, available in manual transmission and with free Ford Protect. So while stocks last, visit Kostaris Motors today. Because, wait for it, thanks Vincent, we've got a tough Ford Ranger just for you.
Hello dear, you've got the first signs of a sore throat.
Yes, and I'm afraid it could be signs of a sore throat.
Don't you worry, just act immediately, but not with non-medicated throat sweets. Take an expert product, take Strepsils. Look at what it does to sore throat germs compared to a throat sweet. Strepsils not only stops the germs from multiplying, it even kills them.
Thank you.
Bye-bye, sore throat. Stop a sore throat early. Take Strepsils.
Smoking is bad for your heart. It is one of the main causes of coronary heart disease. To keep your heart healthy, avoid smoking.
Wake up on a Mocha mattress and wake up to feeling good.
Wake up to feeling good.
Pump up the jam, pump it up while your feet are stomping and the jam is bumping. Look at the crowd is jumping.
Pump up the jam and push up your hand. You know, say me fans they plenty like sand. Jump up and dance, make them understand. Say me energy could have never be contraband. Them say me hype and excited because no boy can hype like me. All of my fans them invited.
Thanks for staying with us on the news. The Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, has said it is not empowered statutorily to tinker with the pricing template of petroleum products as erroneously reported in some national dailies. In a statement on Monday, the NNPC stated that the price adjustment in its downstream facilities from 141 naira to 145 naira per litre is still within the price band of 135 naira and 145 naira per litre, approved on the 11th of May 2016 by the Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency. It assured marketers and motorists of its readiness to continue to play its statutory role of being the supplier of last resort and ensuring energy security for the nation. The NNPC further confirmed the availability of over 1.6 billion litres of petrol in the country that would last 45 days. The NNPC said there was no time its management met the president to push for a hike in the pump price of petrol to 150 naira per litre. And to the United States now, early voting ends on the eve of election, and so far about 50 million voters have already cast their ballots. Adeyemi Omojola Fatoba takes a look at the process.
Early voting is an integral part of the electoral process in the United States. In 2016, about 40 states had early voting, including the battleground state, Ohio. It became popular in 2005 when the law was changed from casting absentee ballot by mail in the comfort of their homes with a valid excuse to permitting voters to request an absentee ballot without an excuse, with the addition that they can also vote in person.
We like it. I mean, you know, life is busy. People have things to do. They have kids, they have jobs. And, you know, one day some people may not think is enough.
From record, early voting affords about 40% of the people or more that will vote in an election cycle to do so within 28 days before Election Day. Election Day in the United States is not a federal holiday, so some people will go to work that very day. And it's like this is a good opportunity for them to make their voices heard.
It's great to be here and to see all the people that have come out to vote, and we're expecting a huge turnout on Tuesday. It's important that every single person come out to vote.
This is something that I know that I can make a difference. By voting, it's obvious that my vote really counts.
Today my day off, and I want to make sure I opinion my voice.
The U.S. 2016 presidential election early voting witnessed a record turnout of old and young, whites, blacks, and people of color from different race and religion. From Franklin County Board of Elections office in Columbus, Ohio, Adeyemi Omojola Fatoba, Nta News.
And as U.S. presidential candidates sprint to the finish mark, supporters of Clinton and Trump intensified campaigns at the Times Square in New York. Joy Osiagu captured it on Sunday night.
To Times Square in New York, the city that never sleeps, as Americans decide to make another dream come true. Hundreds of supporters of both Democrats and Republicans are here, conversing and urging last-minute voters to make the right choice.
I'm encouraging everyone to vote. However, it doesn't matter how the vote turns out. We know that God is in control.
However, therein lies the challenge, as eligible voters, especially the millennials, express frustration with the choices available.
I am voting for Hillary because I know that she's going to work for all of us. Are you?
I didn't really hear Hillary say anything what she was going to do for the black community.
While supporters of Hillary Clinton agree with her vision for the country, they abhor the content of her Pandora box. Trump faithful acknowledge his business sense, but resent what they call his impulsive behavior.
Trump is a visionary, he's an innovator. You understand? And he creates values.
The public sphere debate is on, with a potpourri of entertainment to keep the city awake. From Times Square in Midtown Manhattan, New York City, Joy Osiagu.
And not to forget that NTA's comprehensive coverage of the final lap of Election Day Tuesday will be on live from our studios here in Abuja. At 10:30 we'll have analysts right here in the studio, and we'll also link up with our correspondents in the US. Make it a date with us. Back home now, leaders of the All Progressives Congress say Edo State Governor Adams Oshiomhole deserves a pat on the back for remarkable changes brought to bear in the administration of the state in the last 8 years. The forum was a send forth for the governor. Agatha Egwariuju reports.
Gone, Edo State can boast of development in infrastructure, as seen in the reconstruction and construction of roads, major drain network and schools across the state. Pupils and students in public schools enjoy free education and free bus ride to and from school. There is also free Medicare for pregnant women and children 0 to 5 years. For these and many other achievements of the governor, leaders of the party have described him as one of their best hands and a performing governor.
If anybody says you have not tried, me and say you have tried.
Is that you have changed the narrative.
You have a governor who came and made no roof in our schools, and today he has provided the roofs.
Governor Oshiomhole says he is satisfied that he has been able to leave a mark that people will remember him for.
I want to thank so very much from the bottom of my heart. May God honor you
The governor at the ceremony also received gifts from the far north, Kaduna and Sokoto states, who identified with him on his numerous achievements. In Benin, Agatha Ekwaroju, NTA News.
The outgoing chairman of the Broadcasting Organizations of Nigeria, BON, and Director General of the NTA, Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, has stated that there is no going back on the path of greatness the organization has achieved. He said this at the Central Working Committee meeting. Adibola Brookslyn Sunday reports.
This meeting, which I said,
the Central Working Committee's meeting is the last to be chaired by the Director General of the NTA, Yakubu Ibn Muhammad, as the chairman of the umbrella body of broadcast organizations in Nigeria. The Executive Director of Finance and Administration and former chairman of the organization between February and May 2016, Philip Ofegbu, was decorated with Medal of Honor for bringing a lot of achievements within the period. Yakubu Ibn Muhammad is expected to hand over the chairmanship of the organization to the Chief Executive Officer of Channels Television in December this year.
I am glad and happy that we are leaving behind, a broadcasting organizations of Nigeria that is growing from strength to strength. The incoming chairman of BON, Mr. John Momo, is a well-known broadcaster, and he's a go-getter, he's an achiever. I'll be there, in and out, I will give my all to the fortunes of the broadcasting organizations of Nigeria, BON.
BON is an organization of yesterday, today, and very much tomorrow. That an organized body like BON, it's a broadcasting organization like BON, then definitely there will be a bit confusion, because there won't be cohesion. And without cohesion, we might not be able to achieve or make a good mileage.
He took over from Oshiomhole, and then he handed over to the present DG of NTA. It was just 3 months. But within that period, all right, there were lots of things that happened. There was just like 3 years or more. So that's why Broadcasting Organization of Nigeria today felt it wise to see to it that at least he is honored and decorated with this because of the eventful nature of his short tenure.
The meeting had earlier observed a mini silence in honor of late Lieutenant Colonel Muhammad Abu Ali, who died in line of duty, and late Henry Odugala, Secretary General of Ratau. Adebola Brookslyn Sunday, NTA News.
Well, time to link up with our Lagos Network Center for more reports, and Vera Chumba is sitting in tonight. Hello, Vera.
Thank you, Cyril. Good evening and welcome to Lagos. The Nigerian Navy offshore patrol vessel, Nigerian Navy ship Advertisements, which was under construction in China, has arrived in Nigeria. The Chief of Naval Staff, Rear Admiral Ibok Ebas, who received the ship and crew at the Naval Dockyard on Victoria Island in Lagos, stated that the newly acquired ship will strengthen efforts against all maritime crimes and illegalities in the Nigerian territorial waters and the Gulf of Guinea. Ken Igwelue has details.
The Nigerian Navy ship NNS-NEITI departed China on the 21st September this year. She was received by the Chief of the Naval Staff and senior officers of the Nigerian Navy. This addition of the ship to the fleet of the Navy, the Chief of the Naval Staff noted, will further enhance the Nigerian Navy effectiveness and responsiveness to the maritime security challenges within Nigeria's territorial waters.
Now that we have her here, it means we expect the Navy to up its game. We expect the Navy to show more presence at sea. Her being here has further boosted the capacity of the Navy, to keep surveillance over our waters and to, if necessary, respond to whatever threats we have out there.
72 crew members were on board the ship, comprising 18 officers and 54 ratings. The commanding officer of the ship said the patrol vessel has the capacity to ward off attacks and is fitted with an helicopter base. The offshore patrol vessel is expected to be deployed for routine patrol of the nation's territorial waters after commissioning. In Lagos, Ken Igbeluge, NTA News.
The Nigerian Deposit Insurance Corporation, NDIC, has enjoined Nigerians who are yet to utilize formal banking services to take advantage of bank savings platforms to grow their savings. This is because NEITI will ensure that depositors' funds are safe at all times. Chief Executive Officer of NDIC, Umaru Ibrahim, gave the assurance at the ongoing Lagos International Trade Fair. Jane Ojukwu has details.
Speaking at the NDIC Special Day at the fair, the Managing Director CEO of the corporation, Umaru Ibrahim, represented by Director Claims Resolution Asmao Bello, explained that NDIC puts priority on protecting depositors, and their efforts in that regard has led to an increase of maximum deposit insurance coverage per depositor from 50,000 naira to 500,000 naira. He advised those patronizing illegal funds managers, otherwise known as vendor banks, to desist from doing so as they could fall victims.
As one of the three pillars of the financial safety net, the corporation has been protecting the interests of the depositors by ensuring the safety of the bank deposit. This idea is encapsulated in our strapline, which is protecting your bank deposit.
Deputy President of Lagos Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Paul Babatunde, stated that the trade fair is in line with the current administration's drive to break away from a monolithic economy to develop economic potential of the nation for improved living standards.
Especially party to meet the aspirations and interests of investors, government agencies like NDIC, foreign business partners, and government delegates.
NDIC commenced operations in 1989 in Lagos. Jane Ojukwu, NTA News.
You're still watching the Nta Network News live from the Lagos Network Center. We take a break now to bring you some messages. The news returns shortly in a moment with Cyril in Abuja. Stay with us.
My daughter-in-law, so how are you planning for my son's birthday? No, I have to cook for her. Do you people have ogirisi there? No. It's okay. Okay, let me call you back. Mama Chiji, okay. Hi, so wait a market. Please pack some ogirisi. I am going to visit my son. My daughter-in-law. It's arranged, but you must use original red oil to prepare the soup. What? I'll call you back. Mama Chijo, please include Isio Morocco. My daughter-in-law. Everything is now set. But don't forget that gold wristwatch I saw the last time I visited.
Now you can talk until you tire for just 11 kobo per second. Call all networks in Nigeria and 30 international destinations, including US, UK, China, Canada, and India for just 11 kobo per second. Dial *211# to activate.
That's Silk Bobo.
The largest data network. Glow, grandmasters of data.
This must be one of Mother Nature's greatest gifts. But there's something else it gives us. When we see such beauty, we want to share it with those we love. That's what LG wants you to see. Just what we see now, through our technology. LG OLED TV.
When you chew the long-lasting flavor of new Trident, you'll feel refreshed and able to think on your feet. Trident, fresh mouth, fresh perspective.
La 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 like no other.
Celebrate the uniqueness within you and win exciting prizes in the Indomie You Like No Other promo. Cut out the unique characters, collect 20 characters, submit to a redemption center to win an indomitable carton. First 500 people to collect 20 characters win 100,000 naira instantly. Gifts of over 600 million naira to be won. So hurry up! Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
Success. I always wanted to make something of myself. Even when I was a child, with So Clean, my mother made sure that my clothes were clean and bright. With a 30% concentrated formula, washing is faster, brighter, and cleaner. Like millions of families, mine also trust So Clean. With my clothes and with my career. Because when all eyes are on you, you have to look the part. So Clean. It's your time to shine.
So Clean. Now with a new look and stain magnet technology for even better stain removal.
There is one sound we need to silence. Let's silence toothache with Oral-B all-round protection. Its advanced technology helps prevent both toothaches and gum problems, giving them all-round protection for healthier, stronger teeth in 1 week.
We're back in Abuja with the rest of the news. Doing business in Nigeria is set to be made a lot easier and more attractive following a presidential directive. Details on this and more on Business News with Kulu Mohammed.
Hello and good evening. Many thanks for joining us on Business News. Deliberate efforts are being put in place to improve Nigeria's business environment. The committee to do this is under the Vice President's office, has Minister of Interior Abdurrahman Dambazo as a member.
We're also doing everything possible to provide a secure environment so that to encourage investors to come in and invest their wealth.
One financial boom that has really engaged the minds of people the world over, Nigeria inclusive, is Wonder Banking. One of them in Nigeria is known as the Mavrodi Mondial Money Box, popularly called MMM. Some Nigerians who have participated and still participating in MMM have described it as an answer to their prayers because of the financial return in a short period. EFCC spokesperson Wilson Uwujaren gives an insight on the Commission's stance on it.
People who have invested their money in such scheme in the past have lost tremendous amounts of money, and we're advising people not to get involved in it because there is no easy way to wealth.
On the progress of the Commission in the fight against corruption, Uwujaren clears some doubt of Nigerians on recovered loot.
We have an account in the CBN which is called the EFCC recovery account. Whatever we recover, we pay it into the account.
Finally, on Business News, here's a graphic summary of trading figures on the floor of Nigeria Stock Exchange for Monday, November 7th. And that's how it's been on Business News this evening. Thanks for watching.
Now we'll take another quick break for more messages.
Would you like some water? It's cold, especially for you.
Which era are you living in? We have a fridge.
When everything else in your house is from the present, then why are your toilet cleaning methods from the past? Harpic, all-in-one for you. Compared to other toilet cleaners, Harpic removes top stains, kills all germs, and removes bad odors for a shining clean and fresh toilet.
Wow!
You should also take the Harpic
all-in-one challenge.
Today, Ariel will show you how to save more in these tough times.
Wife's powder.
It's pretty good and money's tight.
But Ariel gives better cleaning with less powder.
Impossible.
Come with me.
Spaghetti sauce, chocolate drink. For these tough stains, I'll need 1, 2.
And just 1 handful of Ariel. New Ariel gives better stain removal with less powder.
That's real savings. Ariel removes tough stains better in 1 wash.
Hi guys, look how my baby Jamil has grown. And as they grow, there's a worry we all share, skin rash. Some use lotions or petroleum jelly, but I found what works for Jamil is Nigerian Pampers. It has built-in lotion to help protect his delicate skin and keep him dry. See you in the morning, Jam Jam. Good morning, happy Jam Jam. Dry and soft and no sign of a rash. Join many other moms and try Nigerian Pampers with lotion. Let's beat the rash.
It's not just a contest for the next president of the United States.
It is a tussle for the world's most powerful position.
She says
10 people who have had that awesome responsibility have come out and in an unprecedented way said they would not trust Donald Trump with the nuclear codes or to have his finger on the nuclear button.
And he says
the thing that you should be apologizing for are the 33,000 emails that you deleted.
What are the Americans saying?
What are Nigerians saying?
On election night, November 8th, the NTA brings you America Decides, an all-night, ear-to-the-ground coverage of the U.S. presidential elections.
Analysis from the United States, experts in our studio, reports from the U.S., and unique African perspective on the race for Obama's successor.
All you need to know about the U.S. presidential elections from nomination to victory.
America Decides, 10:30 p.m. Tuesday, November 8th till the early hours of Wednesday, November 9. America Decides, she or he.
It's time for us to go sports now.